Oh, yes. I also did the same. I went out and I went in. Today we are talking about gifting. It's Valentine. How can we gift each other in property, or how can you gift your loved ones within the real estate space? Is there anything specific you know, or a specific way you know on how to gift, be it a property, be it shares of the property, be it the dividends, the profits of the property? Is there any way you know how to and how that can benefit either yourself or the ones that you're gifting?
Yes. Yeah, one thing that I can look at, think about, and that's attached to property, if your wife asks you to repair stuff,
Yes,
I think it's sometimes good to repair stuff, and then because if you have a happy wife, you got a happy life.
yes,
So I think that's one thing that I've learned. If my wife complains about things in the house that's broken, and you fix it, then your shares will go up.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone with another idea? Musa, morning. Sibu, what do you think?
Morning,
How can
morning.
we gift each
I
other
like
in real
Mr.
estate?
Yohan. I like him already. um, as a business accountant, how I gift my loved ones is that those that have the small businesses, what I've done is give them a skill or two on how to run their finances. So far, it's good. Uh, Especially the ones that are running tenders. I've noticed that they once they get the money, they don't do projections and forecast and budgeting. They're just spending for the sake of I'm doing the work and I have something in my pocket. So I say not just in property but in every business we can gift. Hey, we can gift. And I've seen my husband now. He's running a trucking horse and trailer company, and he's doing his books. I don't even look at his books anymore. He only calls me when he's like, okay, this is too much for me. Come help. But yeah, I say gifting can go a long way.
Yes. Morning, Dini. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
You managed to sort out that issue.
I managed technology. I just told myself I can't be defeated by something that doesn't talk.
Talk. Yeah, no, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're able to join. We are talking
Thank you.
about gifting in real estate. How do we gift each other?
Um, I don't know, but I think if you have a good tenant, a long-term tenant, if they have problems, let's say they lose their job or something, you can be compassionate enough, maybe reduce their rental or give them 1 month free just to say thank you for being a good tenant and looking after my property.
Ish, I don't know why is my moderator. Okay, I hear you. I don't know why is my moderator not here yet. Maybe because I'm late. She might be angry with me. But I have a secret on how you guys can gift, and I want to see if Musa will catch this one. Before I go to Musa, Uling MP, how are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, and how are you? Hey, yeah, ne? Uncle Mo, I have problems.
What is wrong?
Problems. Yo. Yes, you remember last year I talked about the property stock fell. It didn't happen. Like it didn't happen. So, um, I want to do the property, but I don't have the knowledge. And I've been asking around, going to the companies, asking them to please, can you please mentor me? And there's no one. Like everybody's like, no, we can't. No, we can't. You need what. And if you are unemployed and you want to do a course which will cost you 20,000, where will you get the money? And
Yes.
you don't even have your own property that you will say, okay, I'll take my property and then I'll put tenant in, the money from the tenant I'll do the course. You don't even have that. You like I went to property showcasing on Wednesday, and then the professor from UCT was talking about the poorest of them all. And I was like, and I'm the poorest of them all.
Mm.
Because of, yeah, Trump did us, we don't have jobs, this and that and that and that. So like I'm trying my level best to be, since 2000 and 2019, trying to be in a property business without any success. I don't know where do I go wrong. Like I feel like, no, God is telling me, don't go there. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. Like I don't know. Like luck is not on me. Like it's not, because of,
Uh,
I was speaking to someone and she was keen saying I will, but then we lost communication. And I was like, and okay, on the property showcase I was trying to mingle, and when you mingle with people who are high up there, and when you are down there, and then they look at you like, she doesn't even wear heels. Well, so I was like, God, I don't know what am I doing here. And they were talking about properties. They were talking about spaces. I think they talk about Val has a space where you can do property, but no one will fund you. No one. There was some other lady from the funding agency. She said, no, if you are a newbie, there's no way they're gonna fund you. Forget it. There's no way. And I was like, okay, I don't know where to start. I don't
Uh,
know.
Sorry,
Maybe it's just,
can I just jump in there? I've listening to you pulling, and the thing that I got in mind maybe for you is the project that Uncle Mo is running, the crowdfunding thing. I think maybe you must try to join somebody in a crowdfunding project to get into the property market. And that will be a good start for you to get into the business of property, because a lot of people don't have the capability to start a project like that on their own. So I'm just saying it for a consideration.
yes.
yes. So I would just say, one thing I want to, a disclaimer I want to put out there is that property is not a get rich quick scheme.
Mm,
I also want to let you know that it's like property is like alcohol. It matures with time. So your knowledge, you get better at the business with time, and
yes.
it gets more enjoyable with time. When you start, it's very you know tedious to an extent, um intensive, capital intensive. And the unfortunate part is that the truth is that it's really capital intensive, because if you're gonna get a mentor, so you have to set up appointments with a mentor, right?
Yes.
And someone who mentors you will not come and meet you at a restaurant or your house, and you're not gonna pay for their meal, and you're not gonna pay for their transport. You might not be paying for their petrol, yes, or transport, but the least you could do is to pay for their lunch, you know, because that person is taking out their time to come and share knowledge with you. And another thing is that, see, the way we should learn is asking the right questions. When you meet a mentor or you meet someone who you need assistance from, you need to already have prepared questions that will teach you something. You understand? No one is going to come out and say, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. If you notice on this platform, on a daily basis, I'm actually learning. I ask questions, number one, of things I don't know. I also ask questions of things I already know, and I learn new information. That's how we learn. You understand? So you got to be at a point where you've prepared questions so that you can learn, and you've got to be ready. And I understand. You don't have the means, right? If it means you're gonna buy a packet of sweets and start selling sweets to start making a little bit of income, you're gonna sell Zamba chips at your house to make that extra income. There's this other program I've recently seen where you can pop out 995 and you get 120 bottles. It's called designer water, and you get 120 bottles of water, which you can resell at 15 rands per bottle and make about 1,500, which about 505 rands would be your profit. Those are some of the things that could kickstart you if you don't have any means of financial capacity to be able to move around. Number one, I think last year I did mention to you, maybe you must start with being an agent as well. Consider that.
Yes, I was considering that, but they said I don't know. I have to have a certificate, whatever certificate, FFC. I think it's
Oh,
FFC. They were talking
yes.
about FFC. They were talking about the other certificates. So I was trying to do those certificates, but unfortunately, yeah, things happened. Things happened because of last year.
Mm.
Yes, I got the job. The only thing that they said to me, no, in order for you to have the FFC certificate, being on the agent and then doing your practical at the agent. So there was no agent which was saying to me, come, let's you can be our learner agent. There was no one. They were like, no, we are full, no. And
And,
I was telling the
and let me
other agent, a property what agent. I was telling them, no, you don't need to pay me. I will do the job so that I know, I have an idea of what is happening and how do I do it. And then they're like, no, but, and then they said they were
Yeah,
calling.
and let me tell you this, Puling. So there isn't traditional what you call agencies do not really take in newbies, is because it's really capital intensive to train someone. To train someone, it takes time, and and if the person is not willing to move around, to come to you, to you know you, like it becomes very difficult, and there's a cost that you incur, because you have to put them on the system, and then marketing system, all these systems that you have, they cost money. So most agencies barata people with experience. So before I move back to my question that we are discussing today, Puling, your story is unique. I don't want us to dwell too much in it. Today is Happy Valentine's. I want us to enjoy Valentine. You do have my contacts, ne? You can contact me directly. What I can publicly
I
say to
don't have
you.
your contacts.
No, my contacts are public. They
Oh,
are very much public. Khalalelo, may you kindly write my contacts It's very public. Let me on the comment section. 4205696.
No.
Yeah. So what? But let me just say something to Puling. Puling. There's a program I'm running with powered by EXP. So, but it comes at a cost of 900 rands on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can become a property practitioner from that point. You can become an intern and eventually become a professional from that instance. I will support you. I will mentor you from a distance. You don't have to come to office. We will try and schedule. If it's not me, I will put Mikasa. I'll ask Mikasa to assist you, or other people to assist you, and you could learn from that point. I think that's what we could do. But it comes with a 900 rands on a monthly basis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And then, okay, we'll talk about other things. Musa, how? Before I go to Musa, Sibu, you wanted to say something?
Actually, it was regarding to what Puleng has experienced, and you have said some good ideas. Becoming an agent, it's something that I had also thought of. Working for myself. You've got time on your hand, and since I wanted to get into property, then I thought, how about I go this route? And you touched on important factors that becoming an agent, and now you have talked about the program that you offer. And yeah, I think I will contact you on a side, because I really want to calculate my steps before I throw myself into property. I really need that knowledge. So I was just going to add on everything that Puleng was saying, is that most importantly is to get that knowledge, because getting into something blinded, being blind is not an ideal for me personally. So thank you for the info. I think you've answered me on most of the things I wanted to say.
Okay, Mr. Johan, can you attest to this? And I just want to put Miss Sibu and Puling at the face of the truth.
Okay, so
You have to pay your school fees.
what I want to tell a Pulling and so on, it's like a small seed that needs to be watered, and one day you'll be an oak tree, So that's one of my philosophies. But with regards to property, if you have a passion for property and you want to become an agent, that will help a lot, because it will not feel like a work for you, For me, myself, passion, property was always a passion for me. And that's why to become an agent on top of that, it's also a great opportunity for you, if you have that passion, The other thing about becoming an agent, there's resources that you'll require, Obviously, you'll need like a laptop, and you need a car, and you need some extra funds, because you will not sell a property from day one, you might even take 6 months before you sell your first property, and then you must be a keen learner, to learn the system. The other thing is, you can also look at a constant income, maybe becoming a rental agent, where you can get income monthly, So I just want to share these things with you. The other thing that Uncle Mo said is to have a good mentor, even as an agent. That's extremely important. So I suggest to join a agency that got a mentorship program in place. So that's actually my contribution regarding this matter. It's also we want to share the love and share the knowledge today, you know.
Yes, and do tell them that you have to pay school fees. So the fact that you might not be selling your property in the first 6 months, that is you paying school fees. You have to pay school fees. Nothing will come easy in life, and nothing will come easy. You might have a beginner's luck. You might have a beginner's luck where you are starting the first month and you are selling the first property, um, and you get to win.
Yeah, it's the other thing that on this platform, I would like to share my experiences. Um, I recently got a final grant on one of my transactions. Um, and a final grant means my client got a loan, you know, and then basically the wife was starting to pull out of the transaction, and so this morning 3:30 I wrote an email to my client that if they're going to give problems on the transaction, they're going to have to pay my commission even if they pull out, you know. So that's part of the experience for any agent where you have to rectify a situation. People must remember that when you sign a contract from the one side and it's countersigned by another party, because you got the purchaser and then you got the seller. If that contract is signed, it's very serious that it's a binding agreement. In any purchase agreement, there is clauses that protects for, you know, especially the seller, you know. So people must remember the property market is a field of knowledge, and I think everybody, you will never there will never be a day when you have all the knowledge.
That's true.
The point I would like to make, if you have a passion for a thing like property, you know, it's a very exciting you know, a career. Every day is different. If you make mistakes and you learn from your mistakes, next time you will do it better. You know, me and the bond originator, we discussed this morning. I told her we must lecture our clients that, remember, if you buy a property, you must remember it's not just a loan. You need to have the fees involved as well. In other words, you have to pay the conveyancer, but you have to pay bond fees as well. So remember, everybody, remember people, if you want to buy a property, it's not just going to be about the loan. There's going to be transfer and bond fees also involved.
Yes, that's true. Musa, how are you? Musa?
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Musa.
Morning. I hope everyone is doing well.
We are fantastic.
That's great. Nice to hear that. Yeah, what was the question? But before you ask me the question, I think you guys are touching on a very valid point in terms of paying school fees, because a lot of us have this mentality that you know, everything in life comes just like that. But I think it's good that you guys are putting it out there that this is, although we won't want to make it sound hard, but there's a lot of effort, thinking, you know, yeah. So yeah, I do concur with you guys that this thing requires a lot of hard work, thick skin, and
Yes,
besides, the worst that could happen is nothing worse. I mean, the only thing that's worse for me is deleting.
yes.
So yeah, I think yeah, that would be
Yeah,
my
you have to pay school
perspective.
fees. And sometimes, I sit sometimes with clients and I have to deliver bad news. News such as the first month is the first month we don't have tenants, or the first month we have to renovate, you know and that renovation means no income, and actually even money out of your pocket. But that's
Definitely.
the school fees you need to pay to ensure that the future is secured. um
100.
so being an agent, you might have to be dealing with, remember, you are dealing with people. You have to deliver such news. You have to sometimes sit down with a client and tell them that they do not qualify, and they don't understand why they don't qualify, right? You sit with headaches such as tenants have been paying nicely every month for 6 months, and suddenly they're not paying their rent on the seventh month, and you have to deliver these news. So it's a combination of a lot of things, and other people's emotions having becoming your own, and having to inherit people's problems, and you have to psychologically deal with different characters, and help them out, because everyone is expecting a solution from you. Everyone is expecting you as a professional to know how they do the deductibles, to know what kind of structure they should set up. So if they find out from their friends that they should have bought the property under a trust or a company, or buying it under a trust or a company, that's 1, 2, and 3. They may come back to you and think you did them wrong, and not that you did them wrong, but it's because maybe you are still in that learning stage at that point in time yourself, or maybe you didn't think about it, or maybe you didn't even ask, and they also didn't ask you that, because there are clients that comes to you, you suggest something, and they don't even care. They just say, I want this thing, I don't want that thing of a company trust, what, I want this property, and then later on, when they find out from their friends, they figure out, oh damn, this structure is actually the perfect structure I should have used, right? And they still become angry too. So being a real estate agent and a property practitioner is a very emotional intensive career, and also a very sensitive career, in a sense that you're dealing with people's private information.
Emotion.
Private information. You're dealing with, yeah. But I don't want to talk about it, Musa. Musa, the question is, how can we gift each other in real estate? What I mean by each other is, how can you gift the loved ones, the people you love? Be it your mother, be it your sister, your child. How can you gift people you love in real estate?
Uh, I would say perhaps if it has to do with real estate, I would say a correct structure that holds your property. You leave them with a long-lasting legacy. I think that's the best for me. Best thing you can do for your loved ones.
Yeah. Okay. Mr.
It comes way afterwards. Probably it comes when they I don't know, but it's not an instant gratification. But I would say for me that would be what I would term as
Okay.
perfect gift in real estate or in real estate investing. And whilst
Mr.
I'm
Kochi,
at
that Yeah.
No, I'm saying whilst I'm at that, I make sure that I, for a lack of a better word, I don't like to use the word that I'm thinking in my head. I don't think it's gonna be acceptable on the TikTok language. But milking. Let me use the better word, milking. Whilst at that, I would definitely milk the government every cent through receipt of revenue with all the incentives and deductions and all of that
Oh,
to ensure that,
oh,
I mean,
oh. So
whatever
you,
whatever properties
so,
in that structure are definitely going to be passed down as a legacy. So that's my gift.
oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. Okay. I agree with you, Musa. I agree with you on that 110%. I think you know what I know, and you know what Khalalolo knows. Mr. Coach, do you know how can we gift each other in real estate?
Good morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Or should I say, Women's Day point two?
Good morning.
So, yeah, I think this, if the structure that Musa is referring to is the one that I'm thinking of, then yeah, then that's the in a way perfect structure to gift or to pass down the legacy from one generation to another.
Yeah.
But also, I think another one, a simple structure without being complicated, it's that one of uh, buying, let's say, 2 to 3 houses and then living them as if one is your holiday home, the other one is where closer to work, the other one is because that's also allowed to have 3 residential homes.
Yes.
Yes, and then whenever you sell one for guys who are flipping, whenever you sell one, you renovate and all that, then you sell, get the money, you buy a little bit expensive house than the previous one, so that you are not subjected to capital gains tax. So I think that way it's a form of gifting, but then it will catch up with you later in life when you pass on. That's when unless if you have proper insurances, so that when you pass on, yeah. But then once you're still alive, you can gift somebody just like that. When you sell this one and buying that other one, let's say that's when you can include with the profits from the, let's say I bought one property for 300, then I fix it up and sell it for 5. The 200, I put my son as if he's the buyer, coming with 200. Then I source out the another 400 from the bank. But then that way he'll automatically be involved in the bond, in the title deed. But him will
Yes.
come with the 200 as cash. So he has been gifted money that he actually didn't work for. Then that way it's
Yes.
automatically already gifted him something. Then when we sell this one, maybe we add another child to our next project, just like that. But the thing is, we must keep on adding. The value of the property must not decrease. Like, let's say if we are buying for 3, when we sell, we should buy for more than 3, just like that, and all those other tricks. So I think that's a simple way for somebody who doesn't want a massive portfolio. Just with 2 projects, then you go to the other one, put 2 projects, you flip it. But for somebody who wants to rent out and keep, just that's structure one. Yeah, that's my take.
The other thing that I would like
Yeah.
to,
Okay.
I've kept a bit quiet, about the trust and things, but I've seen a lot of TikTok videos and YouTube videos where people they give their house, their property to their children. The unfortunate thing about that is if you have a will and you gift your house to your children, one day when they sell that property, they'll have to pay a lot of capital gains tax. And that is where trust is coming in. You can pass down your house to a trust instead of a person. Because a trust cannot die. So people must remember that. Unfortunately, people don't have a lot of people don't have the financial capabilities to get those things in place. So I'm just mentioning it so that when people have quite a big property portfolio, it's always good to have things in trust instead of your personal name. So I just want to mention that. Unfortunately, some people don't have the financial capabilities to get all these structures in place.
That's true.
I agree with that. That's very true. Eh?
Let's take Kalalelo and hear what she has to say about gifting.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day.
Morning, happy
I like
Valentine.
what the three speakers touched on, and I think just maybe to add on what they already said is also the education. We pay the school fees, or we made mistakes because we didn't know. I think as well to pass on the education as well to our loved ones, it being our siblings, our children, that we are doing all this for, so that we can pass it on to them and the generations after them. I will have a question as well after this. What personally I do is to play Monopoly with my 11-year and 8-year-old, where I try to come to their level and try and explain this property thing, and teach them. But I'm just not sure how much can you teach them, how far can you go in terms of teaching them, because to also just leave these things and they don't have the knowledge, I don't think one will be making any justice. And another thing that Kotu touched on is on a holiday home. It's another way of gifting. I mean, if we have a holiday home, we can always, make it available to our family members. They can go visit the Cape, or the coast in KZN. That's another way of gifting if you have that, instead of taking money out of your pocket, having to pay for them. So yeah, that's what I can share with the team. Thanks, Mo.
And I just want to add about the family house and the those holiday houses. Unfortunately, one of my brother-in-law, he lost it, the beach house, and one of the mistakes he made was he wanted to add too much value to the house, and because of that, he created a lot of debt. So before you do things adding value to stuff, just make sure it doesn't become a liability. Because if you don't have a constant income for a house like that, you'll have to pay back that money. So I think that's one thing that, again, with knowledge, if with anything you have, make sure that it doesn't become a liability. I talk about liabilities. I talk about a car, for example, that's very luxurious, but you can't afford it. The same with property. You can buy a fancy house, but at the end of the day, you have to pay for that house. So that's one thing that in the road ahead, I want to live less complicated. and I want to stay within my means, my financial means. So I think people must ask themselves the question, what I want to buy, is it going to be a liability for me or an asset? You know, so that's one thing that I want to give my platform people here in the same platform. Ask yourself the question in life: anything that you want, is it going to be a liability or an asset? Is that thing going to add value to my life, or is it going to take away from my life? The other thing is about knowledge. Unfortunately, they don't learn the right information in schools, They don't learn about income and expenses, how to run a business. It's wishy-washy things. But the unfortunate thing, if people go to university, for example, do they learn from business, or is it just a book information? The very tragic thing that I've learned. I've spoken to a car guard recently. He got a business administration degree, but he's a car guard. It just doesn't make sense. Remember,
Yes.
it's so tragic that people make student loans, thousands and thousands and thousands of rands. They finish the degree. They come out of their course or their degree, and they do not find a job. Yeah. So it's so tragic.
Yeah, that's true. We have a lot of graduates that are not getting work, and it's painful. So I have a better way of gifting, guys. I have a better way of gifting. I have a better way of gifting. I have a way better way of gifting. And it's through structures that are either hybrid or a structure of a trust. And I will share this knowledge with Mr. Johan. You are part of the WhatsApp group, right?
Not that's I'm not in the WhatsApp group, and I feel very disgruntled,
Why?
because you do not want to add me to your WhatsApp group,
No, sorry. No, I'm gonna add you to my WhatsApp group, Mr. Johan. I'm gonna add it now. I'm gonna add you now. If I didn't add you, I'm gonna add you now. And that's why I'm gonna share how you guys can do it through a structure. I'm gonna share on the private circle how we're going to do it. I think this one is a secret that only the inner circle that's in the WhatsApp group can know. But there's a better way of gifting, and you are able to get back. You're able to get that from deductibles from the revenue services, like Musa was mentioning. Yeah, and Kalalelo also knows about it. We
I think I
discovered
know
this
what you're
thing.
talking about.
Yeah, we discovered it together. You, yeah, we discovered this thing together with Kalalelo, and yeah, you can do that. You can do that, but I don't think this is knowledge that we can just give out for free. When it took us so much, I mean, we had to pay to get this knowledge.
Uncle Mo,
Yes,
I don't know if it's my algorithm. When I check it, it's the first thing that pops. So it's out there. But remember, the
yes,
information can be out there if you don't know how to interpret it and apply it. you still cannot use the information. You need guidance, you know.
Yes.
You need the
That's
people who
true.
knows. Yeah. So,
Yes.
but when I checked, I'm like,
And
no.
I and I think
Yes, Mister.
Johan at some point, and Johan at some point did speak about that. I'm not sure if you can remember,
Yes.
Yes, he
Yes, he
did.
did.
but it
We've
is at
spoken
once,
about this
yeah.
thing. We've spoken about this thing so many times. It's just that maybe Kalalelo said something profound the other day. She said to me, people don't take the information we are talking about serious. But if they were to pay for it, they were gonna listen attentively and take note of everything we say. You know
In
that,
fact, what Khalele was saying is very true. I mean, we can share all the secrets in this platform. Trust me, people will not implement those things. I don't know how this
yes.
thing works, honestly.
Uh,
But if they pay for it, they will. Why is it like that, Mr. Johan?
okay, so the other my gift that I want to give to everybody today, I'm already past my 50, So my free gift I want to tell everybody. I got a
Yes.
shelf here on my in my study. Now I'm going to I I want people to take notes. Um, if you haven't read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, you're missing out. Okay. If you haven't read the book from Dolph de Roos, you are missing out. If you haven't read the book from Tony Robbins, you're missing out. There's a lot of mentors before us that already paid school fees. And we can learn from those people's mistakes. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Um, the other thing, I've spoken to somebody this morning about legacy. Um, if you pass away, or if you are on your deathbed, you and you ask yourself, did I make a difference to society?
Yes.
Um, that is legacy. Um,
Yes.
did you add value to people's lives, or did you take were you about it, or didn't you add value? So I think it's sometimes in life you must ask yourself those questions. um, do I make a difference to my to society, and do I make a difference to my children? Do I even make a difference to the old age, to our
Yes.
parents who worked for us? That, and because a legacy is where you you have to make a change to your children. Where when they're negative or do not want to learn or so. That's also a gift we can give to our family members and friends.
That's true, Mr. Johan. We always give out information. We are giving them information every day, gifting them. I think next week, I want to see how many people have taken it here. If one or two people can come on the panel to say, I've implemented this thing because I heard it from Mr. Johan, or I've heard it from Uncle Mo, or I've heard it from Kalalen or Musa, and I didn't even pay 1 cent for it. I think I'll be very proud of the work we are busy doing. We are doing the Lord's work here, and I'll be very happy if someone can come up and say that. It shocks me that people only implement things when they are actually paying for them. And when you say they should not pop out a cent, then they think the information is actually useless. it's quite, yeah, it's always a shocking thing for me. Dini, how are you?
Uncle Mo.
Yes?
Hi.
But there's also people that can actually get the information, and even with the information they receive, they still don't want to do that themselves. They want somebody to do it for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
I
maybe we must cater for such people. When
yes.
they come forth and they say, do this and that for me, we should then, obviously, we cannot do it for free then.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you are saying, in essence, you're saying some people may not have the time to execute,
Yes. Yes.
and therefore they will leverage on what we call OPT, other people's time and
Absolutely.
skills.
Absolutely. We have those people here on the panel. We have
Yes,
them. There's one who
I'm one of
actually,
those people. I'm guilty of it.
yeah. So
I never
someone
want to do
also,
anything by myself.
yeah, someone DM me and said, "Can you do this for me?" I said, "Of course, I can." But it's not going to be
yes,
for free like we speak on the live. We give information freely. And they're like, "No, no problem. It's not a problem." So maybe we must put people at ease as they get this information, do their own research, come back and say, "Look, this is the strategy I want. I'm choosing. This is what I want. Can you then be my runner? Can you do this for me?" You know.
I agree with
yes,
you,
yes.
Kalelelo.
I'm willing to pay for your services. Yes.
I
You can talk,
100%
Sibu.
agree with Halalelo, Uncle Mo. And like she says, some have got information but cannot implement. And I will say I've met quite a bunch of entrepreneurs that knows how to run their finances, but admin is not their thing, so they'd rather source it out. So in a nutshell, I will say it's a job creation. They are thinking of us. We need to eat also.
I like that.
That is very much true.
Yeah, we call it other people's skills, other people's skills and other people's time. OPS and OPT. And
Yes,
other people's money. That would be the bank. OPM.
OPM.
There's a
And
lot of
not only,
OPs.
not, yeah, so again, OPM, talking about OPM, not only the bank, this crowdfunding platform, Duela, this crowdfunding platform allows you to pull resources, other people's money, to go and do what, enter the market of real estate. So not only money, skills like Musa is saying, time like Musa is saying. So yesterday, as I was thinking, and I slept very late. I think I slept around 3:30 this morning, and I was busy working on SLAs, service level agreements, with people that, skilled individuals that will have to come and deliver quality service for SA Property Plug. Because I was saying the other day to Khalalelo, we cannot be the only ones doing the consultations and assisting people, because this platform is growing, and if we have to cater for 100 clients at the same time, we may be incapacitated to give them attention. So what we need to do is we need to get more professionals, and we also need to train more consultants to know exactly what we know, so that we can deliver quality service to 50, 100, 200 clients, efficiently and more effective. So I totally agree. Guys, if you want to know how to gift, that secret, the gifting secret, Mr. Johan, did you see I've added you on the group now, ne? I've added you on the group. So guys, those who want to know how to gift there, ne? Just contact us. We'll add you to the group, and you'll get the packs there.
Yeah, the other thing that I got in mind, there's a lot of negative things that's happening around us.
Mm.
So one thing that I've done, I try to get motivation every week, every day, like 15 minutes by reading books. And the other thing that is also good is to get like look at motivational videos, so that people can reprogram their minds. Um,
Yes.
um, that's extremely important. The other thing that's important for every person to realize is you must ask yourself the question, what do I want? You know,
Yes.
and in that way, you'll be able to establish a vision for yourself. You need to have short-term goals, long-term goals, and short-term, medium, and long-term goals.
Yes.
Uh, um, the other thing is when a new year starts, like the new year resolutions, the people that decided, no, I'm going to the gym now, they only go for 2 weeks and then they stop.
Yes.
Um, then there's people say, no, I want to lose weight.
Well,
Um, they're only only on a diet for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
that's true.
People must have a habit. Now, what is habit? A habit is 28 days where you do the same thing and you do not stop afterwards. Uh, and for anything you do, even if you run a business, you're going to have your setbacks, and then you're going to learn from your setbacks, and then you're going to have an established business after a while. It's not going
Yeah.
to be straight roads. So I think everybody needs that philosophy in life. Uh, Anything you do in life, you're going to have setbacks, and you will learn from the setbacks, and then you will have an established business.
Yes. You you have to do it even if you don't want to. You have to do it because you are committed to doing it. Right? You have to do it because it's one more step towards your success route. It's not easy. It's not easy. Like I was saying to Puling, real estate is I don't think real estate is. You will almost call it you will almost call real estate a calling because it's the most difficult, and yet the easiest. What do I mean by that? Is that you could do all the things, Dumela. You could do all the things right. You could do your cold calling. You could do your proper marketing. You could be out there, and no single client comes your way. No single client is buying from you, um, and and you ask yourself, what is it? Is it what is it that I'm not doing, God? Because I'm harnessing, I'm in the property networks, I'm harnessing knowledge from Mr. Johan and everybody, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, but I don't have a sale. I don't have a sale, or or I've bought a property, uh, but I'm experiencing a deficit on this property, and this is the second year I'm owning this property. I should be on a cash flow positive. It's not getting to that stage.
Yeah.
Why?
The other thing that I want to mention today, um, if you connect the right people to the right people, um, say for instance you have information about people that wants to sell their property, you can connect that property seller to the agent, and that agent can give you a reference fee, Um, So a lot of my sales is references, where um, a previous client connected me to the property, or his friend he wants to sell the property, or the family member wants to sell the property. He connects me with that property. I sell the property and I give him 4,000 rand for just transferring the information to me. So people must also remember that thing, where you can refer a property to a person or an agent.
Yes. So, guys, we're gonna leave at 11:30. Again, this morning I was late, and that's why we're gonna end at 11:30. Um, I could not run away from the phone calls that came in, and that's why I was a bit late. But anyway, because I know that I have to do it, I have to do the show. I had to come in. Mr. Johan, Mr. Johan,
Yes?
can you take 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just explain to new viewers and new people you where do you sell, what stocks you have at the moment, and where they can get hold of you.
Okay, so my name is Johan. I'm from Moot Properties here in the Moot of Pretoria. Now, where is the Moot? The Moot is south of the mountain, the Magaliesberg, So it's all the way from Eastland, Silverton, and then it goes towards the west, even up to Mountain View, um, Daspoort, but this whole area I cover. The other thing is about property that I want to mention, um, it's not always good to rent more than 5 years, because after 5 years, even though you're paying less, there's going to be escalation when you pay rent each year. So if you ask yourself the question, do I want to rent for more than 5 years, or even 10 years, 20 years? After that time, like 20 years to 30 years, you're not going to have an asset. So with regards to property, you have to start small. Get into the property market. Um, if your family gets too big, then you sell your property at a profit and buy a more expensive property for your family needs. If you want to become a property investor, you have an option to buy a property, um, maybe refinance that property in the near future if it makes a growth, and buy another property. And that's how you get into the property market. But as we know, everybody's needs are different. Um, so if you guys got any questions about property, people will recognize that I got a lot of passion for property, and it's because it's something that you can experience and touch and see. It's not like a Ponzi scheme where people say you have to contribute, and then you pay money, and then the people run away with your money. It's something that you can see and experience and touch. The other thing is, if you have a platform like this TikTok from Uncle Mo, I want to congratulate him again that he are willing to spend his valuable time, sharing the property market. And even people like Musa and get into this, and share the experience,
Thank you very much, Mr. Johan.
Yes.
I'm taking a walk. Yeah. So, thank you very much for everyone that really comes and contributes on this platform. I think we are on to something good. I think we are building legacies. We are learning every day. I mean, with the conversations we've had since last year, September, I think. Not quite sure. I think we started around that time to now. I've learned a lot from you guys, and I believe I've given quite a few advices, and I believe people are implementing some of those advices. To my panelists, I wouldn't have made this platform better and great without you guys. Mr. Johan, you are one of the biggest contributors on the platform, and it really exists because you gave me the courage. The first day I started, I was alone, and I didn't know what I can say. Because sometimes when you just talk alone, it sounds like you are crazy. But when you are engaging with other people and there's point of engagement, you get to even have other perspectives that you might have missed along your journey. Guys, do not mind to donate. Do not mind to donate. I will just leave it at that. Do not mind to donate in real estate. Don't mind the donation. You can donate to me. Musa, are you laughing?
Ebo,
Are you laughing after my
I am. I am because I'm thinking exactly. In fact, I'm digesting it in my mind exactly what you're saying.
Balalelo, are you laughing?
And knowing that is a game changer. It spins everything off the table.
Those who know.
Yeah, but
And Mr. Johan knows, just that
no, yes,
might
but
have.
everyone has an opportunity to know, though.
Yes,
There is
Mr.
an
Johan
opportunity for
knows.
everyone to
Just that
know.
maybe he forgot it. But yeah, I'm glad he forgot.
Yeah, no, you mentioned it once, and I was like, wow. Yeah, no, it's not known, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's one of those things that are there. It's just that we don't take opportunities of.
Yes.
You know, some of us pick up from the finer writings, right? We pick up the finer writings. I'm just saying.
That's nice, Evie.
Yeah, and then we take it and then we use this big man called G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, man. Thanks a lot, and yeah, thanks for the platform, Anshimo. And this is the start of the new beginnings. I mean, I was listening to that young lady, Upuleng.
Yes.
You know, when you're joining these platforms or these types of gathering, a person should not feel otherwise. I mean, the way she was saying it, it really touched my heart.
Yeah.
You know, to feel small, to feel that this is not what we want to achieve when we gather in these gatherings.
Yes.
So
We are not in
I'm
competition.
just saying, yeah, no, I'm just seeing this as a platform that welcomes everyone and be there to motivate even the ones that are starting. No one
Yes.
should feel small. No one should feel otherwise. No, it's not acceptable.
Yes.
But anyway, thanks, guys. I have to rush to somewhere now.
Okay.
I see you on Monday. Love you all. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Bye,
Thank you. Bye,
Lisa.
Musa.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks. Bye.
I want to add on to what Musa is saying. This has nothing to do. This is not a competition. We are not. You see, we spend a lot of time at school, fighting to be number one. Unfortunately, in the investment space, there is no number one. There is no number one at all. You won't finish the properties in the world. There's no one who owns everything in the world. There's no one who owns all the land in the world. it's that is one thing we must know. There's no competition. Instead, there is what we call collaboration. Collaboration. We get better at it every day. We try and learn and foster collaboration on a daily basis. This platform welcomes everybody. And I would be proud one day, Mr. Johan, having found a lady like Kuling and teaching them the ropes. And one day they can stand there and say, I went on SA Property Plug platform and I began with zero, and now I'm standing at a property that I own. I was able to invest from nothing. These are the kind of stories that will inspire many. These are the kind of stories that will teach a lot of people that from nothing is very much possible.
That's a great one, Mo. That's a great one. I'm someone who is very passionate about skills transfer. I
Yes.
was gonna ask that, do you have do you mentor any other people out there? And you mentioned training. Like I said, I like skills transfer and development. Is there is there any courses that are with the SETAs in regards to property? Or are there any courses out there that are with the SETAs that our government recognizes? Because nobody teaches this stuff.
So there are courses with CETAs, ne?
All right.
I want to tell you that everything you learn at school, most of the things you learn at school or you learn from these CETA courses, it's very much different from the practical side of things. And Mr. Han can attest to this. So in real estate or maybe in business, it's better to learn things from a practical perspective. It's good to have a qualification to say I'm a qualified property practitioner, I wrote exams. We will judge you by how many transactions you've been involved in, because there is experience that will tell us about the number of problems you've solved in life. Because real estate transactions is about deal structuring and deal making and solving problems.
Okay.
So I usually say, for me, the people I would mentor. At the moment, I have one mentee who's also my business associate and business partner.
Okay.
And we are trying to formulate a more inclusive where we could take in 10 to 20 people and mentor them, right? But we want to make the course more of a practical thing rather than you sit in a class, I teach you, I tell you this is how you do this is how you do that. Some people after the class, they have forgotten that information because they don't know how to put it into practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are stepping to where I was going now more. I was gonna say, can I plant a seed to you who has experience in this thing that consider your formalizing your plan of course that you are planning to do for others, the mentee. As much as you say is practical, then I will assume it closes the gap between theory at school and a workplace. You are actually preparing them for the actual workplace. Can you please consider formalizing it, and if you can take it as far as to SETA, let it be a formalized, accredited, practical course that prepares one that who has studied theory to say, now I'm going to give you this practical course to prepare you to get into the field.
With the help of professionals and skilled individuals within the community, that's
Hello, Mo?
can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you there. Can you start
Okay.
from scratch? Yeah.
I'm saying with the professionals that are within this platform and this community, and with what you just said, I welcome the idea. I want it to be a collaborative effort. At the end of the day, writing down a manual, for an example, takes time, right? So I hope and I wish and I believe at least halfway through the year, we would have a more structured and formalized way of transferring the skills. And then we would then go as far as getting accreditation from CETA to train individuals to run their own real estate businesses.
100%.
At the moment, we are running a platform, and we are about to launch a club where the club will be at a membership fee, and it will allow people to come in, those who want to learn, those who want to get investment plans, and those who want to do skills transfer. Because I don't have all the skills, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have the accounting skill, which I don't have. The other person will have the legal skill, which I don't have, right?
Very true. Very true.
So it has to be a collaborative effort. But I welcome that, and that is something that I've been contemplating on. But I think we are in the right direction.
That's great. That's great to hear, Ma. We can learn a lot from that.
Musa, for one, said to me, I spoke about this thing last year because I've been writing a book, and I said, Musa, I'd love you to write a chapter about your experience and the things you understand on the book. And she agreed. And I'm sure she wouldn't also mind to collaborate or that word that how to command this guy Brigadier Gininda likes using corroborate.
Yeah.
Not collaborate, corroborate.
Yes.
Yeah, she's willing to corroborate
Yes.
her skills and information with what we have, and we can build a manual together and train people.
That's great. That's great, Ma.
Mr. Johan, 25 years in the industry.
Who's that? Me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can say more or less. But you must remember, you learn from when you're still very young, you know. But you can even still learn if you're pretty older, you know. As long as you are prepared to learn a new skill every day, you know.
Yes.
So I think that's important. Yeah, I think with regards to property, I just want to underline again, you know, it's actually a very nice career, even if you are doing it part-time, you know.
Yes.
The reason why I say part-time is you can have a full-time job and you can run a property portfolio on the sideline, you know. That's one of the most the best passive income streams in your in your life, you know.
Yes.
So you can be on the beach on holiday, and then you receive a SMS where the rent came in, you know. Imagine that, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of my clients, my friends who became my clients, some of them, it was exactly that. It happened that way. We were at a hanging out session, and my rental came in, and it was just I think in the middle of December. I think it was just around the 11th or the 12th of December. And usually, either those people have already finished their November salary, and they are anticipating their next salary, which will come in just around the 20th of December. And they didn't have enough, and they were saying, "Hey man, you around this time you're getting money." Like, yeah, even though they've paid late, but I welcome it. And they went on to say, we want the same thing, and they bought properties.
Yeah, the other thing that I just want to mention before I forget it, why is property such a big thing in life, you know? Because that's one of the basic needs of a individual. He needs shelter, food, and clothing. That's basic things in life.
Yes.
Everybody needs a roof over their head, and I feel so bad when I see next to the street people that's lying on next to the street, and but the other question that you must ask yourself: why are those people lying next to the street? There's a lot of things in life that they maybe did wrong. They didn't. They misused alcohol. They didn't want to work. Or they're unfortunately ill.
Yes.
And I told my colleague this morning. Sometimes we are as agents, we don't have work because there's no money coming in. But
Yes.
you must stand up, get off your ass, like they say, and flip and work, and get business in.
Yes, that's true. You have to bring in business.
Yeah.
11 on the dot. Thank you very much, Sibu. Halalela, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ohan.
Thank you, sir.
See you on Monday.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Khalele. Bye, Johan.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.